Wow, I'm just gonna say it. This might be X-transbots' best release. Seriously, credit to where credit is due. And this, if you can't tell, is a third-party Masterpiece Ironhide, and they call him Ron, which is pretty much just iron minus the I, but man, it is a pretty good toy. Yes, there are some questionable things like the proportions of the arms, the placement of the shoulder joints, and the swivel for the waist, but doesn't take away from the fact that this is a pretty earnest and honest, well, I'll get back to the honest part, but it's a pretty good attempt at making a wonderful Ironhide. And true to their hallmark, they provided a great looking sculpt, great paint, accurate to form, but some of the parts that they're using and also the transformation, it gets a little bit iffy. I would say that about 80% of the transformation is cool, but 20% where you're kind of spinning the torso in 3 different areas, dude, it just makes me want to rip my hair out, but that's XTB for you, right? That aside, his accessory game is really, really strong. I'm not really an accessories guy, but man, due to the plethora of stuff that they provide, I found myself really gravitated towards accessories and also the play patterns that they provide. And despite my critique and criticism, I gotta say, man, I can't help but endorse this guy. It's a really, really nice toy, and I think it's the best representation of Ironhide that we've ever seen in Masterpiece form. Hey, really quick with the commercial break from our sponsor, TF Safari, tfsafari.com. Check them out for all of your mecha needs from first, second, third, fourth party. They also do upgrades as well. You're not going to find a lot of sites that cater to different tastes and needs. tfsafari.com, and if you do go there, utilize the codes that you see on the top right corner of the screen and save yourself a little bit of change, man. They are a very reliable vendor. They are out of China. They ship to you in about 2 weeks, super sturdy boxes, and yeah, tfsafari.com. Can't say enough nice things about them, and so thank you so much, TF Safari, for sponsoring this video. Alrighty, so let's talk about our guy. One, I like him a lot. I actually think that this is the best Masterpiece Ironhide out on the market. The other one I believe is the Karatomi, and I hate that one. I think it's really ugly. I think the proportions are off. The transformation is very weird. And this, I think, does it. This does it for me. Yes, there's a couple of weird things like his bicep and forearm having like really strange lengths. The positioning of the shoulder, oh, this ratchet is like way too tight. You can see that there's nothing over here. It's down over here, right? I mean, if you look at it, the sculpt-wise, that looks good. The contour looks good, but just the placement of the joint is a little strange. But those are just kind of minor annoyances. And yeah, you know, also when you swivel his waist, it does kind of look weird if you do the full 180 because that's just kind of hanging back there. But who's really doing that though, right? If you're just kind of doing this, this is not bad. But these are just minor annoyances, and I can like live with that. The big thing that annoys me about this kit, and I'm going to show you this wonderful, wonderful skiff that they got, is this. And I don't mean this skiff, and I don't mean the play pattern, because this is an excellent play pattern that these accessories provide for you. This plastic is super cheap. It's Ultrasaurus super duper cheap. And I hate that. I hate that. They paint it up nice so that you can't tell, but when you pick this up and it sans the accessories, it's like paper light. And I know that if I were to exert a little bit of force, it would shatter. That's the thing. That's the thing that annoys me so much, and that's the thing that has me worried about this guy too. I mean, I've only found a couple of areas, and they try to actually kind of hide it, especially with the head, and I'm going to go into that in a second, but it's almost like this. It's almost like you rented an Airbnb, and it looks phenomenal. It's like so beautiful and so nice, and you get there, and you realize that the toilet paper is just rough. It is straight like tree bark. You're getting splinters every time you wipe. It is like that bad. And that just kind of goes to show you, like, these people are just trying to save money and cut corners in all the wrong areas. I think it's not it's not the fault of the designer or the engineer. Whoever's doing this, whoever's working on this, kudos to you. And if you're the same person that worked on Punch Counter Punch, I can definitely see that your skills have grown. And so kudos. Continue to grow and continue to excel and evolve, my friend. You have my support. But whoever is in charge of manufacturing and figuring out the cost of goods, the P&L, bro, you need to be fired. You really, really need to be fired because you are ruining this brand. You really, really are. X-transbot could go exceptionally far, but still, in the community and the collector space, they're known for having cool robots, accuracy of sculpts, tackling things that people aren't tackling, but they're always known for breakage. And that's what I'm worried about most, especially because I like this guy so much, you know? That's what's really, really annoying. And yeah, I mean, look at this stuff. It's great, dude. I mean, this stuff doesn't feel that bad. And this is accessories. This is some type of not flamethrower. I don't think it's a flamethrower, right? I think it's actually the opposite. It is a, whatever that thing is that puts out fires. And he has this random other thing that I don't know what this is. And I'll show you how all of these things attach because they are cool. He has these water skis. I don't ever remember him using these, but actually my copy cannot use these on the feet. One of the feet, even though it says QC passed, down over here, you see how that's open for the ski to attach? No, my friend, that is made of metal. That little extra bit, that metal booger, and I can't get it out with a spudger or an X-Acto or something. So, say la vie, he's not going skiing. I wasn't going to use that anyway, but still, just kind of wanted to point that out. And it says QC pass, so I don't know, man. I don't know what they're looking at. But the Skiff is done well. I just wish it was heavier. I want to be able to go through an X-transbot review and never, ever, ever have to talk about the shoddy parts, the poor plastic that they're using. Please, XTB, can we get there one of these days? Especially you guys are doing transformers, or excuse me, combiners as well. You're working on a Devastator and a Defensor. That thing's gonna be holding so much weight, and it just makes me upset. It just makes me upset. Because, again, I like this toy so much. I really, really do. And Ironhide's not even one of my favorite characters, right? And look at this play pattern. The Skiff just comes by itself, but it allows you to attach the drill bit. It allows you to attach that backpack thingy. And this shoots out, by the way, and it is extremely sharp, so beware. This thing that natively attaches to the Skiff, a backpack with some bloosh effects. What's up, MGO? And you got these hands that are actually acting as additional like blueshy effects, but you know, those supposed to be rocket fingers and stuff. It's beautiful. It's just beautifully done. I just don't want to have to feel like I'm playing with things on eggshells. You know what I mean? And he also comes with this metal detector, I think, or like a big radar dish. I don't know, man. I think it's a metal detector because this goes on his hand. But again, man, G1 was such a long time ago. To be completely honest, I don't remember any of that. So here's something that's interesting. He comes with the extra head, right? And it actually is supposed to come with red faces. And they're from the Marvel Comics stuff, I believe. And that's cool, and I appreciate that. And the head is shaped the same, but the inside, this is actually the one that natively comes with it. That was originally the red head. I'm going to show you something right now. The face is easy enough to, what is it? You know what? Let me just lock the focus up here. The face is easy enough to swap out, but you remove this, and I don't know if you guys can see it, but this already has stress marks on it. Do you see that? Like right over here at the bridge. It's more pronounced in my hand, and it's stressed pretty bad. And the thing is, the way this helmet is designed, only one of the faces fits appropriately. And it's, well, it's not this one, but this one kind of did. But I'm trying to figure out which one is it. It's the one with the open mouth, because the way, oh, no. It's, yeah, that face is the only one that works well on it, because the way they're designed, the face plates, the sides are different. You see those? Why? It actually makes it difficult to attach. Another big thing is this. I think they figured out, like this was the original version. I think they figured out having a post right there, and another post that goes into here makes it difficult for this to attach when it's a different face. So they redesigned the helmet. It looks completely different on this guy. And so the one that he's wearing right now, this is the modified, improved one. And this one, you can swap the faces, no problem. But the other one, only kind of like the open mouth one works well. And so things like that, those are just very disappointing. And I wasn't like, unless I was doing the head swap stuff, I wouldn't have known that this was made from that really cheap plastic, because it's painted and it looks really nice. Only when I popped it open and I started engaging in that face swap stuff did I realize. And I also, here, do you see that? Inside there, that plastic, this bit got damaged. I'm not even applying that much force. And you can kind of see that stress mark there. And again, it's like, dude, why are you just trying to hide this from us, man? Just use better plastic. It can't be that much more. Like, you can't be generating that much extra profit by doing that. You know, can you? Like, is it worth at the expense of ruining your reputation among fans? I think normally I wouldn't be so bothered. but I think it's because I like this guy so much and I hold him in such high regard. I feel he deserves better, and I feel that we deserve better, and I think that's why I'm kind of in this mood right now. But anyway, enough of my ranting. Let me show you how he looks with some of the accessories because it looks dope. Okay, so we'll install the backpack. It's very easy to do. You can see that he has tabs right there, and you just slip those on, and it will hold very, very securely in place. Then you sling this over under his arm a la Ghostbuster, and you can open up the fingers. The fingers, by the way, are a little strange, and you're going to see during the transformation that the way they hide inside the forearm is a little questionable. But yeah, but there's a tab in there that I can't see. Oh, no, sorry. This is what I did last time. It's not underslung. It's from the top. There you go. And the tab sits in there. And then he can do this kind of like, pew, 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 pew. I'm putting out fires. Fire extinguisher. That's the word that I was thinking of. Pew, pew, pew. And that looks cool. That looks cool. Oh, you can get him into some cool poses. That looks nice. Expressive. Out of the cartoon. I do remember him having it. I just don't remember what the context was. And so, yeah, very, very, very nicely done. Now, let me show you his second backpack. You can see that I have him in his flying mode, and we're going to grab this backpack, you know, the one that goes in the Skiff, and we're just going to attach that there. This radar bit you can take off. I'm not exactly sure where it's supposed to go, but here. That iconic pose, him and a Prowl, right? I think it was Prowl, and they're like flying. That's sick. That's mad sick, dude. Love, love, love the fact that he can do that, dude. I love it. Absolutely love it. And again, that's why my disappointment is so high. It's so close to being like perfect. I mean, not engineering wise, but in terms of the project, it's so close to being like a home run. Like currently right now, I would say that it's like a double, maybe a triple. But because they're doing these like weird things with the whole, you know, cheap plastic, it really, really disappoints me because he deserves better. Yeah. Oh yeah, cool. Very, very nice. Let me show you the other backpack. I'll just pop this off. And this one was basically the back of the Skiff earlier, and it'll attach to the same place where the fire extinguisher was attached. And you just push that in. And then you got the... That's nice, isn't it? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I don't know if these come off. I think they do. Yeah. Oh, that entire thing came off, but okay, sure. But I wonder if under this chrome is that cheap plastic. And I hate the fact that it makes me second guess this stuff because, again, our guy deserves better. Anyway, let me show you some of the other accessories, okay? All right, here he is with the hand blasters. Pew, 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 pew. And this drill bit over here that sits on it, that's sitting on his shoulder, you can actually pop it off. You can pop it off. And then you can convert this into a handheld piece. And it will hold the same way. I can just show you right now, actually. And for what it's worth, these are done on very, very nice chrome. Again, I hate the fact that I have to question what type of plastic is underneath, but it feels good enough. It feels good enough. And there's not a lot of like weight or movement or anything on there, so I'm not too concerned that anything bad's going to happen to those. But still, kind of in the back of my mind. And so yeah, he can do that there, and he has this thing. No clue, brother. No clue what this is, brother. But yeah. Sits on his shoulder. Does anyone know what this is? I have zero clue. And you can see he has decent articulation. What's kind of cool is, so, all right, check this out. So you can do this, and you can have this arm pop out on a butterfly. And that's what I mean, dude. That's so cool, right? And the crazy thing is, this butterfly isn't used for transformation at all. It's only so that you could pose your toy better. And that's what I mean. There's a lot of great things going on with this guy. Yeah, it looks kind of weird over there, but the fact that he can still kind of like do this is cool. And that's why he deserves better. You deserve better, bud. I almost wish, and I'm not saying, I don't sincerely wish this upon them, but I'm saying it kind of from like a philosophical standpoint. I wish someone would KO this. I wish someone would KO this and like Wei Jiang used to do, and then just use all the best materials for it. And this would definitely be the definitive Ironhide if someone were to do that. Okay, so we're going to attach the secondary hands, but I got to show you something. So initially, I thought these pop off, and you pop these on, but that is not the case. You actually have to hide these, but look, the fist comes together in a very weird way. That is how you have to orient it. And I mean, I'll be showing you this in transformation later, but when it goes in here, it's a bit tricky. It is a bit tricky, and I don't know why they just didn't enlarge this. Perhaps they needed more space for this to compress, but you spin this because you can see that this area is a little bit higher, so this knuckle needs to sit in there. And then when you try to push this in, it's not just going to go in. You have to apply some force, but I found that if you take this in at an angle, you kind of spin it like that, then it'll go in. And then from there, you can attach the Belushi fingers. I have a much harder time doing that on the right hand, so I'm just not going to do it right now. But I can at least show you how this looks. And that's kind of cool, man. And it's like, pew, 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 pew. Or he's like, but yeah, cool enough, right? Cool enough. More than anything, I just want to show you that hand bit because it's a little questionable. It's a little questionable, but you know what? I'm just going to leave that in there because the next portion of this is transformation. Oh, neat. So these come off, huh? So I can do a hiya if I wanted. Okay, very cool. Very cool. I'll leave the hiya in there for just a moment. What are some other accessories that I wanted to show you? This bit, we can hiya the hand off. And that same area that was used to plug in the fist, we can plug in this thing. And it's on a ball joint over here, so let me orient that. Well, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Boop, 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 boop. I don't know. But sure. I mean, again, I'm thankful. I really, really am that he comes with all these accessories. But honestly, homie, I didn't need all that. I really didn't need all that. What I really need is for y'all to use better plastics. And honestly, I don't even think I'm not even going to try plugging that in, dude. Okay. So we've seen it. We've seen it kind of, right? And you've heard me kind of like ranting and griping and stuff throughout this video. But I still like this guy a lot, and I still recommend him a lot. But I'm going to show you the transformation now, and as cool as it is, boy, does it get hairy in a couple of parts. It gets hairy. But let's go check it out. Actually, one more thing. This skiff. This is everything. The skiff without anything attached except this front bit. And yeah, man, this looks phenomenal. Looks just like the G1 skiff. Bro, it's so light, dude. It's so light. It would get blown away by the wind. It would. It really, really would. That's how light it is. But still, wonderful play pattern that you can adhere all those different accessory pieces on here so they don't get lost and stuff. But yeah, just wish that they had used better plastic. Because sculpt-wise and everything, yeah, it's decent enough. Decent enough, yeah. Okay, now we'll move on to the transformation. Alrighty, and away we go. Away we go indeed. There are some very clever things about this, and there are some very confounding things about this as well. But before I do the transformation, you know, he does have an app crunch, and I was watching MGo's video about it. Like, his version seems to be, I think it was MGo's, his seems to be very, very loose. Like, mine's is, like, not that bad. Like, I can have it here, and yeah, and so maybe this version, they reinforced it. But the weird proportions of the bicep to the forearm, like, you get a bend here, but the second bend is up there. So yeah, you can do that, but it's using this like very strange hinge. And I think the length of the arm and the biceps is due to the fact that you got to collapse this later. I think that's really the crux of all of this. But anyway, yeah, still a lot of great things about this. A lot of great things. And I don't know, man. I just like this toy a lot. I really, really do. And I'm really excited now to check out the ratchet. Oh, yeah. Just noticed a little bit of paint scuff. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. But we're going to start with the feet. And once you do the transformation a couple of times, I don't think it's that hard. But regardless of however many times you do it, there is going to be a section of this that's just like super duper head scratcher, right? And so what you're going to do is you're going to lift these bits up. You're going to bring this down. And you're going to flip this around. And then you're going to do this. Then you're just going to close this back up. And you're never going to touch this piece again. This part, again, solely, I believe, is one for the sole of the foot. Haha, solely, you get it? And also to attach that, what is it? The jet ski, the water skis. And so, yeah, this is all fine. This is all fine and dandy, not too hateful. Especially, I've criticized them in the past for not doing the feed engineering well. For what it's worth, this is pretty decent. And then from over here, you see this kind of like double hinge. And what you're going to do is you're just going to bring this out. And then you see that tab, kind of like that one, like a C-shaped tab and that little hole. That's going to correspond to these bits over here. So you're just going to bring that in and you're going to tab that in, or you're going to plug it in. There you go. Nice and easy breezy. And we'll do the same for the other side. And you just kind of bring that down on the double hinge and just make sure that that sits in there and that plugs into the post. And good. Great, 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 great babe. The legs, by the way, they're interesting. I do like the fact that they provide a little bridge here rather than it just like falling apart. This is part of the transformation you open up, but it does allow you to get a deeper knee bend. So that's cool. That's cool. You know what? I kind of like this actually, showing off the articulation while I'm transforming it, because you get to see a little bit more of it. And so, yeah, anyway. So this is on a metal piece, which is I'm fine with, but the plastic is really where they need help. So you're going to bring that back up. And then from here, after you unlock this piece, you are going to rock this kind of like down. And as you do that, you see how that came up by itself. And you're going to do that until it's all the way up. And that's how the leg compresses. And that's cool. That's cool. No hateful stuff about this at all. Yeah, the part that's that's weirdest is, you'll see it in a second. There's 3 separate areas where the chest twists around. That is just awkward and strange. And also this part is not so smooth either, but we'll get through it. We'll get through it, my druid. And once again, you compress this down. There you go. Because I've done it a couple of times, and then you can just close that up. And then the legs, what you're going to do is you're going to push them in like that, like that. And then these will tab in together, Heather. I'm all breathing hard. I'm just like, but yeah, you bring those. You bring those together. It looks good, man. Nice windows over here. Nice little window wiper, no license plate or anything like that. And you can start to see the back of the taillights and that bright yellow stripe on the side, which for the most part is hidden well in bot mode. And so the arms, what you're going to do is, dude, this one is kind of terrifying, dude. The ratchets on this are good, and they're good here too, but like, I don't understand why they're so tight. I don't know if the spring is different, and I'm too scared to open this up and to perhaps snip out a segment of the spring, because all that force is going into this one tiny joint over here. And so, rather terrifying. And this is going to move backwards like that. And if this looks similar to how MGO transforms it, it's because I totally learned while watching his video. I mentioned before in the past that one of my mutant abilities, one of the downsides of my mutant abilities is I have a great difficulty following instructions, and I get stuff wrong all the time. Visually, I'm a much better learner, and so oftentimes I'm watching MGO, Bobby Skullface, TMR reviews, other folks to do all this, Deluxe Baldwin, and to help me out. This fist, it's hard to get in there. So what you got to do is you got to angle it ever so slightly. And I mentioned that kind of earlier. So you get this, you kind of twist this while pressing down. All right, give me a second. Okay, I got it. So I think I do. So you got to get that in there, and it barely clears it, and you have to slightly twist it. It's not my favorite. They really need to work on that. They really do, because getting it out is pretty difficult as well. Oh, okay. Well, it's working a little bit better, but you see that? It will force you to kind of spin it. It goes in, and then you can bring this down, but that's not my favorite, man. They should have finessed that a little bit better. They should have caught that in QC or QA, whatever. And oops. Yeah, and then these will kind of go over there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to open these bits up, and you see these are actually locking mechanisms. These are very interesting, to be completely honest. You push them in and out to depress and to release. And so we'll kind of lift this on the sides, and that piece, that red piece, is actually on the inside. And so you can kind of like bring this out while pushing down on that, and you can release. Excuse me while I swallow a burp. You can release all of that. There's a soft, I was about to say a soft knuckle joint over here that you will kind of like press this to move over. And it's supposed to be like this, but having this all up here like this will give you some issues during clearance. And so for now, we'll do this, but when we transform it, we will we'll lower those. And dude, the head doesn't want to stay closed. That's bothering me. So, okay, so we'll bring that out. And as you do so, this bit will untab kind of from the chest. And then you bring this up. There is a slider here, and we're going to be working with that later. But yeah, this bit will go on the inside, and this will close on the outside. And yeah, happy times, right? So far, happy times at least. This bit on the back, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, there it goes. This is going to all lift up, and this is the top of the truck. And this is where the bad times begin. So you start by get as much clearance as you can. That's the easy part. Easy peasy, right? This next bit, you see how there's a lip right over here? That's where we just spun this. You want to spin the next bit on here. And clearance is kind of rough, man. And so what I try to do is, it's almost easier if you have the arms down like that. Or sorry, maybe it's better if it's up here. And that's the thing, dude. This is like, it's still confusing for me. And I've transformed this thing 8 dozen times. So you're just going to... Come on, we almost got it. I don't know what it's getting in the way of, but now it's kind of stuck. Yeah, dude, I really, really dislike the way this is designed. There's just going to be a lot of collision. Oh, that was not fun. That was just really, really not fun. And with what I mentioned about their poor plastics, I'm worried that stuff is stressing underneath the paint and that I'm just not seeing it right now. I'm petrified. Okay. These bits will spin around so that you can reveal. I don't know if it's supposed to go the other way, because I think it only spins one way. Okay, there we go. But now you see that? Not this screw, but there's a bit underneath it. It's hard to catch on camera, but this now has to spin, but it's gonna get caught on like this thing. So let me see if I can like lift this out of the way or move these out of the way perhaps. Like this has to spin. This has to spin, but it has to spin without getting in the way of that. Oh, I got it. I did it. That's just so not fun. And it just really, really kind of ruins the momentum of the transformation. It really does. You're just like, yeah, it's like a combo breaker, just like a fun, like a combo breaker on fun. You're like, yeah, I'm doing the thing. It's like combo breaker, ruining your fun and magic right there. But they really should have designed that better. I mean, I like the alt mode and I like the bot mode, but that step in between, dude, I just want to pull out my hair. I mean, I have a shaved head, but still it makes me want to pull out the hair on my shaved head. It's ultra source annoying. It really, really is. Then the rest of it is actually easy. This gray bit over here that you see, you're gonna actually rock that down, but you know what? I may have to release. I may have to spin. Oh, before I forget, got to lift this up, bring those in, and now you can rock that front down, and you can see it coming together, right, Heather? And this bit too, you'll bring this down, and then you will flip these around, and then you can see that becomes the back part. And these bits you will fold out, no doubt. and bring them out and say that you have transforming clout. Hey. And see, once you get past those spinneroonie parts, what's up, Booker T? It gets easy. And so you can get the sides of this and you can plug them into the thighs. Then you can get these bits and you can bring them down. So this is going to be somewhat troublesome, but let me actually show you these parts first. So yeah, like I said, oh no. All right. Now you can tap that in, and then you can bring this over and up top. Okay, this is the part that's somewhat tricky. You see these tabs over here, right? They're going to sit inside, but at the same time, you need to be able to tab these in. So almost kind of get these in and like lift up and bring down like I just did. It's much easier to push in than it is to get out. And then this lip. I may have to undo this just a little. Oh. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm getting frustrated just a tiny bit. Just a tiny. Hold up, man. Something popped out in the back and I can't get this flush. 1 second. All right, just had to reposition the legs again. I think we're good. But this part, if you're having difficulty, focus on this part first then. And then try to get the other side bits in. Allow this to kind of lift up while holding this there and get that in there. And then get that in there. I mean, it's all sorts of difficult actually to get it aligned perfectly. This one is pivotal that you add the pressure there. And then you can get this to kind of lift up. But yeah, getting this all to sit properly is a bit of a chore too. I think we got it though. I think we got it, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, except for this part. Oh no. Why, Lord? Why? Well, the other parts are in. I promise it does work, but it's just a bit of a chore. It's just a bit of a chore, George. All right, I'm going to do it off camera because it's bothering me. OCD and all. 1 sec. All right, I got it done. Now we're working on the front. Oh, these bits over here. These are locking mechanisms from before. You can just push these in. Now this bit over here, you're going to bring these out, which will allow this to kind of sit up. As you bring... I may have messed up something. Like this bit is supposed to come up, and this is going to swing in here. But I do think those prongs do need to sit under this part, so it looks like I did something out of order with the front. But I'm wondering if I could just kind of... Okay. It looks like I can bootleg my way in there. Okay, great. Great. Oh. And then once you have all of that, you can start moving everything in place. You just saw everything that I was doing right, hopefully, because I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing either. I'm just going by aesthetics and what looks right. And everything will start tabbing in. And then these bits, you just move in and then you kind of push in under the bumper part. But man, that's tough. Well, this one actually went in pretty well. And then you can push in these side mirrors or the side sections and bring out the little side mirrors. There we have him. Hide of the Irons. XTransbots Ron. And yeah, man, Rolls like a champ. Nice tires. Good undercarriage. Cleans up very, very nicely. No collision on the bottom. And yes, rolls like a champ. Even though this is something slightly off. It doesn't look like it's straight. You see what I mean? There's something that's like slightly off. But from the top of the vehicle, it's fine. It just might be that. Oh, I know what it is. This red bit has to sit underneath. There we go. There we go. Now it's straight. Now it's straight. But yeah, man, the vehicle mode looks very, very nice. It has that iconic yellow stripe going on the side that's hidden well in bot mode. I do wish there was some type of like fake license plate and stuff. It looks a little bit plain, but maybe Ironhide didn't have that. That nice little silver piece that we're used to. It's just a very, very, very nice piece. But you saw some of the treacherous areas that we had to traverse from getting to bot mode to alt mode. Very, very questionable. Wish they hadn't done that. Wish it was a bit more finessed. Wish their engineers had a little bit more skill, and wish overall that they use better quality parts. But hey, I'm not trying to jinx it, but other than the head part, we haven't encountered any stressed or broken pieces. So praying to Primus and Unicron that doesn't happen. Overall, I endorse this. Highly endorsed. Out of a 10, dude, a solid 8 at least. At the very, very least, I would give it a solid 8. And so I'm not sure if there's any other Ironhide or Ratchet on the market right now other than these guys. And even if there were, I would say this is a strong contender. Strong contender to knock off from top of the hill. I don't know. Do you agree with me? What do you guys think? Was the juice worth the squeeze? And that's in the words of Bobby Skullface. Was the juice worth the squeeze getting from bot mode to this mode, traversing all the treachery, the treacherousness of the transformation? You let me know. But hope you have enjoyed the video. I will talk to y'all another time, okay? I like this guy heaps. I do. Bye.